Well, good morning guys. Welcome to day 5 of the Great Glen Way, the final day. Also a long day, 19.5 miles. Set off from the campsite about an hour and 25 minutes late this morning. The forecast last night for Drumnadrochit was very heavy rain coming in at about 5 this morning, and basically staying as heavy rain most of the day. However, when I woke up this morning, so a little bit later than anticipated, it was dry. Managed to dry the tent out last night, and whoops, around we go and down we go. Managed to dry the tent out last night, and this morning it's just a little bit of drizzle, really. That's all it was. So luckily, thanks to Rob lending me his micro towel, the tent is almost dry. It's not completely dry, which also means it's a lot lighter than it has been in the last few days, which I'm quite pleased about, considering I've got a long day today. So I've left Drumnadrochit, like I said, an hour and 25 minutes late, and got to the first checkpoint. Made up about 5 minutes to the first checkpoint, so that's quite good. But basically, the first couple of miles you just follow the A82, the main road, along the pavement. So it's quite boring through Drumnadrochit and along the main road. Now on this little path, however, the main road is right next to me, as you can probably hear. We follow this little path above the main road because there's no pavement on this part before starting the climb. Now this is going to be another big climb. I can't remember what the we initially climb up to Tydra or something, the little house or farm, whatever it is. Climb 64 meters, and then over the next couple of miles we climb another, I think, 300 odd meters. Now we actually reached the highest point today of the entire walk, up the other side of Corrie Furnace or Fornace, in the woodland, in the forest. So got a big steep climb to do. Now, I was chatting to a guy on the campsite last night with Rob, and he said once you get the first part for up, it's very steep and can be hard going, but as you climb, the path gets easier, and then sort of levels off and gets much easier going. So he said once the initial climb's out the way, we should be able to fly along, really, but we'll see. Might just be telling me porkies, but yeah. So I've now got coming up in a minute a nice big steep climb to do first thing this morning. But here we are, day 5, the final day, and hopefully, like I said, despite leaving nearly an hour and a half late this morning, due to arrive in gate's not shut, due to arrive in Fort William today at about 10 to 5, so still fairly early. At least the advantage tonight is no tent to put up. I'm staying in the Premier Inn, so even being, you know, an hour late, I've still got plenty of time. But I'm hoping, I mean, so far we've just had a bit of drizzle, but the forecast is for actual downpours, but we've not yet had them. Hopefully we won't get them. So you can just see Loch Ness behind me, and that's Uruquot Castle or something like that. So right, so onward and upward, and I will catch up with you again later. Right, well, basically guys, in what, 10 minutes we've climbed quite a way already from the edge of the loch. So we're climbing The next checkpoint is literally just in the edge of that forest over there. Now, even being an hour and 25 minutes late behind schedule, I've still got over 10 minutes to get there. So I know I'm due to have a 10-minute break, so I'm potentially going to end up back. I'm probably not going to have a break here. I'm going to carry on, start the steep part while it's a breeze and fairly cool. So I'm potentially going to be leaving about a quarter of an hour early. So that will give me, or quarter of an hour earlier than I should be, being behind schedule. But obviously that's a quarter of an hour that I make up along the way. But lovely view of Loch Ness this morning. Right, onwards we go. Right guys, just getting to the next checkpoint, which is the gate here into the forest. So it appears I've already gained, like I said, 10 minutes this morning. I'm due to have a 10-minute break here. Like I said, just paddle around. There's gorgeous views down Loch Ness, look. Bit of sunshine out down there. So let's have a 10-minute break here, but because I know that, let's tell you what we've got to go. So the next checkpoint is just over a mile away, and I've got 179 meters to climb. So for what I understand, if I can get through the gate here, this is the steepest part of it, and then the next leg again is still climbing, but not so steep. It starts to gradually ease off. So although I'm supposed to have a break here, I'm not going to. I'm going to try and push on a bit and hopefully get some of the climb done. And then, well, when I decide I need a break, I'll have a break. But I said, it's not like I can't have one, because I've not had one. But right, so let's the climbing begin through the woods, and then a nice big steep climb, I think. Right folks, the path from the gate for the forest starts to go along for a nice fairly gradual climb. Quite deceiving, because all of a sudden, look, it gets very, very steep, coming to some zigzags, and from then onwards it really starts to climb. And like I said, this is on for at least a mile to the first checkpoint, 197 meters. So that is quite some climb in short distance. So it is fairly steep, but we're making slow progress. We're getting there slowly. I did see when I left the road earlier on, walking down the road, a couple of walkers ahead of me. So there is a couple ahead of me somewhere, but I would imagine they have lightweight packs and stay in B&B again last night, so they will be marching on. So the coat's come off, and off we go. I mean, Rob was supposed to leave, planning to leave about half an hour after me this morning. He'll probably end up catching up with me later. But he is breaking this last day into two. So he's got a little bit of an easier day than I have. So, right, onwards and upwards we go. Okay, folks, just going around the last kind of zigzag, almost at the top to join the track, where not quite to the checkpoint, but it should be easier going from up the track then. But on the last zigzag bit, just before the track, I found this little wild camp spot. It's obviously quite popular and used quite a bit. The log fire pit and stuff. So imagine it's used quite a bit. A nice little level pitch as well by the looks of it. But yeah, this has been some hell of a climb, guys. I was down somewhere, right down below that somewhere a minute ago, and you just see the marker post up here, and I believe that should be the track, and hopefully the next bit up to the final bit up to the checkpoint, which is a ford at the top, should hopefully be a more gradual climb. So we'll But we'll find out in a second, won't we? Right, catch up with you again. And still climbing, guys. Once you reach the track, it starts off, goes along a little bit level and nice easy going, and all of a sudden, whoomph, here we go again. However, I believe, looking at it, there's the top. So it should then hopefully level out a bit up to the ford, is what I'm hoping anyway. But this is one hell of a climb. You just see Loch Ness through the trees, so you see how high we climbed. To give you, anybody at home watching this who knows the Quantox, give you an idea of how steep a climb this is with this pack. It's 179 metres in a mile. So it's basically, if you look at the Quantox and you're driving along, you see one of those nice big steep sides up to the top. It's kind of like that. It's very steep and it's very hard going. But like I said, this is the only major climb for the day, and at least it's out of the way first thing this morning. And it's just gone 10:15. So even though I'm late, I'm glad this isn't at the end of the day. Get it out the way first, and then hopefully we can potter on from there. Right, it does finally look like I've possibly made it to the top. Right, I'll catch up with you when I get to the ford. Right, just got up, literally just past where I last videoed. And because of the viewpoint, showing back the trees, but you're gonna have a good look through. Hopefully you see Loch Ness. But it gives you an idea when you look down there and how high I've actually climbed in a mile. If you look across at the mountains, you can just sort of compare the height from the loch. One hell of a climb in a mile. Right, obviously people have been having fires and things here, used as a wild campsite as well. At least I suppose you wake up with reasonably good views. Even nicer if they chopped a few of the trees down, but shh, don't say that. Right, let's plod on. Right folks, just got to the ford. Next checkpoint. Should have got here at 9:07. It's now 10:18. So about an hour and 10 minutes late. So I've gained up 20 minutes. Like I said, I haven't had my break yet though. But I've gained about 20 minutes so far. But to be honest, not too worried at the moment about a break. But I'm just going to keep pottering on, I think, until hopefully before long I'll find a bench or something and I better have a little rest. But pretty little place. Right, so on we go. Right folks, just after the ford, we're climbing a little bit more onto this nice track. Now, from here to the next checkpoint, the next checkpoint's a old derelict farm at I think it's Corryfoynus. Now it's about 1.4 miles from here, from the ford, and a climb of 105 metres. So compared with what I've just done, 180 metres or something in a mile, it should be fairly good going. So we'll see, but hopefully if it stays a bit like this, I'm going to make some good progress. Like I said, I'm not too fussed today. Supposed to be in Inverness originally, according to the plan, for 10 to 5. Started an hour and a half late. I've just got to the ford, which, like I said, is the toughest climb of the day, and I'm only about an hour and 10 minutes late at that point. So I'm making up some good time. Got plenty of time today. I mean, it's not going to get dark probably till 8 o'clock tonight, 7:30, 8. So, but like I said, the last section is along the river and stuff through Inverness. So as long as I can get into sort of Inverness, at least hopefully then I'll have street lights and stuff. So if it does get dark early, I mean, it's not the end of the world. But right, looks like we've got a bit of down section. Possibly goes up again in a minute, but right, and I'll catch up with you again at some point. Well, the nice big steep climb this morning is certainly worth the views. Just shows you how steep I've climbed, how high I've climbed. Don't forget, this morning when I left the campsite only a couple of miles ago, I was right down by the side of the loch, practically, and now I'm halfway up a mountain. But yeah, I love gorgeous views. And so far, only a bit of drizzle. It's starting to cloud and mist over a bit up here, but I'm hoping the sunshine is heading this way. Oh yeah. Right folks, finally made it into Inverness. Came over the swing bridge over the Caledonian Canal. Been walking with what I've called Rob all the way. Apologies to Rob, because his name's actually Ron. I misheard him and he's never corrected me. Slight diversion from the swing bridge due to roadworks. The road's shut, so it's taken us through a place called Butte Park past the caravan site, and we should have crossed onto this island behind me, across the islands and then across the river and along the road to Inverness Castle, which is where we finish. But sadly, one of the bridges on the island, or from the island to cross the river back over to the road, the other side, is closed. So I've now got to walk along this side of the river, along the footpath, which is the side I'm staying tonight in a Premier Inn. However, I need to cross the bridge, get up to the castle, to the official finish, and that'll be done. So literally, probably what, about half a mile, I expect. About half a mile along the river, Inverness Castle and the Great Glen Way, all 73 miles of it will be complete. And I tell you what, today has been a long day. 19.5 miles today, with a very steep climb this morning, and my feet hurt, my legs hurt, and like I said, we've a lot of rain, a lot of heavy showers and rain today again. So we've been ducking and diving the showers. Even had to spend about half an hour sat in a bus shelter, literally, because it was lashing it down just to get out of the rain. So don't want to get soaking wet so close to the end. Right, catch up with you in a bit when I get to Inverness Castle. Right, people, temporary diversion. So like I said, we should have come across that island down the bottom there, across, but the bridge is closed. So here we go, a nice suspension bridge, and the castle's in sight. So 5 minutes and I should be done. So this is it, folks, Inverness Castle, and swing around the official end or beginning, depending on which way you're doing it, of the Great Glen Way. There you go, all 73 miles completed. Right, time for me hotel. Speak soon.